Alright everyone, it's time for a really spooky wooky video here from the actually Computing Forever. There's a link in the description actually to his video follow-up to this. And there's also his BitChute channel. I'll add that link in the description as well, because keep in mind, YouTube's becoming more draconian and enforcing legacy media propaganda and defamation against creators, number one. And is becoming less and less friendly towards anything that's outside of the mainstream, which is literally what built YouTube for the first 10 years of its existence, almost exclusively, and even after then has been a force to be reckoned with until the last couple of years when they've basically knocked all independent content off the radar. If you search for anything on YouTube these days, unless it's already a larger priority creator, most of what you're seeing is inorganic crap. There's no way around it either. You have to literally use other means to search on YouTube. YouTube's own native search function now is basically worthless. But anyway, what happened is this. Computing Forever was having a chat with a legitimate licensed physician on the topic of COVID. And this got removed, the video. I don't know whether he got a strike or mostly YouTube, I don't think, is giving people strikes for when it removes things for misinfo. Which is to say, in many cases, when YouTube is removing this material, it's misinformation to label it misinformation. This happened to one of my videos as well. I wonder who could have possibly flagged it, considering I used it as a response on a Hillary Clinton tweet. I wonder what group of people was probably responsible for this. Anyway, his video got removed. And he apparently got contacted by a dude from Business Insider, and initially the Business Insider write-up included the line that they themselves had flagged it. So this gets really muddy. Here's, I guess, the basic gist of what happened. He makes the interview, and it contains supposedly unorthodox medical material, which is debatable. Most of what was said there in the analysis that I saw appears to be pretty above board, and of course with long form, there are only two groups of people that are going to pay attention to a long-form interview video like that. People who are scouring for something to bitch about and people who are legitimately interested. The latter probably is never going to be responsible for flagging the material. This dude from Business Insider sees it and bitches about it, literally flags it. Then Business Insider does a literal write-up about it and puts it behind a paywall. So here you have YouTube allowing Business Insider, technically a competitor of independent creators in the vein of someone like Computing Forever, based on the material he tends to discuss, based on the type of analysis and current events he typically delves into. He makes an article, it gets taken down because Business Insider flags it, and then Business Insider, without any repercussions whatsoever or accountability, and YouTube takes weeks and weeks to review things at this point, so there goes 99% of the potential views anyway, so fuck it, it doesn't matter. Then they paywall the article that's actually about what happened. They're literally making money. See, there's a profit motive. They're making money, ad revenue, clickbait basically, off of a non-issue that they themselves were directly involved in creating. They literally created their own news. Now, is he going to get an apology? Because he should get an apology. For this particular sort of pernicious behavior can't possibly be considered tolerable or ethical journalism. You keep making your own story. This is the equivalent of if someone at Salon says, you know, I'm going to make like Hitler posts on 4chan, and then I'm going to screen cap them, and then I'm going to do a quickie article about hate on 4chan. And then I'm going to bitch about it, and I'm going to encourage big tech firms to delist them and stuff like that. And this sort of thing happens because there's a profit motive behind doing so. If a fake journo can unethically create a story that generates a firestorm, misinfo on YouTube about COVID epidemic or something like that, and they're in the thick of it, then they get major kudos from the legacy media. Maybe they get noticed by a bigger publication. I know Business Insider has fallen on hard times, so maybe this person wants to work for someone else. Or be a CNN contributor or something. I'm an expert on the tech world. I'm an expert on all the Nazis that are convincing people to treat COVID with homeopathy and stupid stuff like that. And we've seen this before. So this is definitely condemnable. But again, link in the description to the video where he discusses this removal, number one, and also a second link to Computing Forever's BitChute channel, because again, creators who have not made any attempt to branch out at this point into alt tech, especially if they are involved in politics, current events, or social rational discourse, philosophy, or anything in regards to that, they're fucked, almost. If they have branched out, that's great. And of course, I think he's running up, but he's got over, if I remember correctly, 50,000 people subscribed to him on the platform or something. It's more than most people get on YouTube. Of course, at this point, Joe Rogan is fleeing that sinking ship as well, not without good reason, I think. It's all sorts of messed up. Now, the fact that this would happen, more attention needs to be brought to this too. People should probably like contact Team YouTube on Twitter and be like, here you've got a creator complaining that one of his competitors has misused the flagging system on your site to take down an interview involving a credible, rational physician, an individual who has been labeled, I guess, far right or something like that by Business Insider as well. And Computing Forever gets called like far right. He's not a far right dude. Have you even bothered to look at his political views? And even if he is, why should a person be purged or harassed or abused just because they happen to have a certain set of political beliefs? He's not going around saying like weird shit to people and saying how much he hates this minority, how much he hates this individual. Study his material. It's pretty innocuous. A lot of it is just explicitly anti-censorship. I wonder why he would particularly be targeted by people who want more censorship. It's because we outcompete the legacy media. Business Insider has a real big problem with a bunch of people who slap a webcam on top of their computer and upload YouTube videos. This is why they go after these platforms, and YouTube has to be aware of this fact. They can't possibly be comfortable with the fact that large creators, and Computing Forever, he's got a fairly large channel here, is getting fucked over by a group that is literally making money by paywalling the hit piece that they write after they themselves flag his material. It's nuts. The fact that would possibly be allowed, YouTube should ban Business Insider and all of the people associated with it for harassment. They should ban them all from the website. That would be a shot across the bow at the censorship lovers. I think Silicon Valley needs to grow some fucking balls. That's about all. Peace out.